Welcome to the Parent Portal Access Gradebook feature for 2017-2018. We are very excited that we've added a new feature to the Parent Portal. We now have a link that will keep you up to date on your child's EPIC gradebook. These grades will be updated in real time as your teacher enters grades. Please speak to your teacher about which day they enter grades for your child. Most generally, all teachers have grades entered before Monday mornings of each week. Look to the far right for the Grades column. Click on the blue Grades link to go to your child's gradebook. Let's explore the gradebook page. First, let's look at the attendance box. This box will reflect your student's attendance for the current quarter. Please speak to your teacher on attendance expectations. Now, let's look at the MAPS percentile box. The F is for fall, the W is for winter, the SP is for spring, and the SU is for summer. In our 2017-18 school year, we will only have 3 MAP windows for students in grades pre-K through 8. This box may be updated to reflect that in the coming weeks. Your students' ranking from their MAP tests will be shown by their percentile after the close of each entire window, not right after they take the test. For the specific closing dates of the MAP testing, please see the EPIC Charter School official calendar or ask your teacher. The next section is our first semester courses. In this box, you see several columns and items. Let's break those down. At the top of this box, it will tell you which week number we are in for the current semester. Please see the official EPIC School calendar for the start and end dates of each quarter and semester. Here in the course column, you will see all the courses your student is enrolled in for this current semester that they are to be working on. You will notice that it says testable or non-testable in this column as well. This relates to whether the student will be state tested on for that particular course. We will talk about this little magnifying glass here in a moment. The second column will tell you which core curriculum they are enrolled in. The column entitled Course Length tells you if it is half for a semester-long course or full for a year-long course. The column entitled Current Grade will tell you what their overall grade is with their pacing rolled in. Let's discuss this further. Here we have 2 students. One is behind pace and one is ahead of pace. Student A made a total average of 67% on his coursework. Think of this as the grade that was written on the top of his paper that he turned in red. But he is behind pace, so that will drop his grade to a 33.7%, and that reflects his grade in the gradebook. So think of it this way. Instead of answering every question on the test, he only answered 75% of those questions, so that will drop his grade. We have to have a grade that reflects the student doing all of the work that he has been assigned to do. At the end of the semester, when the gradebook comes out, if they do not get on pace, they will receive the grade in the current grade column, not in the grade in the quality work column. Let's talk about student B. This student was ahead of pace. Notice he has actually completed with his coursework for the semester. In this case here, his quality of work column is the grade he will receive on his report card. Once the grades are finalized for the semester, the current grade and the quality of work grade will be the same. Keep in mind, this is for a student who is on pace only, not for a student who is behind pace. This would require a different way for us to think because it's going to even out at the end of the semester. and the grade in the quality of work column will be the grade he receives when the report card would come out because he is on pace. This column will tell you what percentage of their coursework is expected to have been done up to the current week of the school semester. It says expected cumulative percentage completed. That is going to be roughly 5.5% to 7%, depending on their grade level and whether the course is testable or non-testable on a state level. Please have a conversation with your teacher to find out what work they expect to be completed for each week. This is called a pacing plan. It is individualized between you and the teacher. The teacher will be very clear with you on what they expect to be done to keep your student on pace. You may be asking yourself, on pace for what exactly? The Oklahoma Department of Education has built a set of standards for every subject that a student needs to learn before they can successfully work in the next grade level set of standards. This is called vertical alignment. Think of this as building layer upon layer upon layer of education. If one of these bottom layers is weak, then it could all crumble. We pace your student to learn those important standards they need to be successful the next year and the next year and so on. A student needs to cover the learning of those standards in a timely manner so they can be on track to learn the standards the next year and beyond. We know you don't want your child to be a student forever, and we want to support you in helping them to complete their schooling in a timely manner, on track for their college or career path that they choose as young adults. Now let's go back to our gradebook. This column will list the actual cumulative percentage of work your student has completed up to this point. Let's talk about this just a little bit more. If your child is behind pace, then it will impact the column in the negative. The column entitled Pace tells you if the student is behind or ahead of pace in their schoolwork. If the student is behind, as soon as you notice this, please work with your teacher to bring the student up to date and stay on track to complete their work in a timely manner, as you and the teacher have agreed upon in the initial ILP meeting and in your communications thereafter. The quality of work column is the student's actual grade for the coursework that they have turned in without the addition or subtraction of their pacing. Again, think of this as the grade that he received in red at the top of the paper that he turned in. Now, let's go back to the magnifying glass. When you click on that little button, it will bring up a history of the grades that have been entered for that course since the beginning of the semester or whenever they have enrolled. This is a sample of the history for this student of grades that were entered by the teacher each week. Notice here that on some weeks the student worked in other things besides their virtual curriculum. Our teachers use a variety of ways to teach our students, and they will use the supplements that are best suited to teach your child those standards they need to learn. Below the first semester courses box, you will see the courses that they will take in the second semester. For high school students, this is a really good tool to help them keep track of their electives they have coming up as well. Once that second semester rolls around, it's going to move up to indicate that they are in the second semester. Here at EPIC, we are always searching for ways to make the educational experience better for our students and parents. We are very proud of the strides we have accomplished over the past several years. We realize that we do roll out new products frequently, and we consider that a mark of our dedication to providing the very best for our EPIC students. Thank you very much for your commitment to your child's successful future by working with us as we continue to progress and introduce great things for our EPIC families.